Hey folks, I think we're live now. Cole, so this is Colin. We've been out today. We did try doing a video early on, but I don't think it went live. We've been to 2 other sites already, haven't we?
Yep.
Let's just broadly go back over those. So the first site was a place that we've got going through in the purchase at the moment.
Yep.
It's a 2-bedroom house near Dartford. Conversion potentially to 5-bedroom house, but could be split into 2 houses.
Yeah, that's what we're looking at.
And we're talking about potentially profits of 50 to 80,000, all could be held for HMO or even serviced accommodation.
That's right.
Sourced by Colin. We then looked at another plot which was several, without going into detail.
Yeah, so that's a large commercial site with mixed residential. So it's on a very large corner. We've got an opportunity to secure that subject to planning. So, what we're looking at there is a long-term sort of 12 to 18 month subject to planning. So we can get the planning before we buy it, then we can up value once the permission's in place. But what's great is that site is once you buy it, it's got an income. So the income's coming in from day one.
Yeah.
So, we're going to be able to secure it in a number of ways. There's lots of different exits on that.
And that has also the potential for 30 plus units to be
Yeah.
built.
Yeah.
This one is out on the coast. If I just spin you around to show you, it's basically, where is it? It's that block there.
White building.
It comes with planning already. Let's just talk about that one through, Colin.
Yep, so it's just game planning. The owner wasn't going to be selling it, so luckily for us, he's come back to us because he's got other projects, so he's actually come back to the table. I put in an offer originally about 2 months ago, which was refused. He's now come back to the table. He wanted a bit too much money, but now he's kind of come down to nearer where we need to be. So we've got to come up from that. So today, our site visit was, let's have a look at the property. There's a few other things we've got to allow for in our costings to see where we can maybe revise our offer as long as it works for us. But this is an exciting project in a brilliant, fantastic location.
Yeah, one of the things as well to consider if you're looking at projects like this, and they're going to evolve over the next 6-8 months, is the cost of materials. We have seen, for example, wood has increased by 40 to 60% or more.
Yeah.
And on a project like that, that's a lot of wood. So we met with the builder, and one of the conversations was both Colin and the builder want to make sure that we're aware that there may be an uplift to the original figures we discussed.
That's right, but what we can do is we can look at sustainable options that are more affordable, okay?
Yeah.
So we're going to look at other techniques in building. So rather than the traditional way, we're going to look at things like SIPS panels and things like that, which are recycled materials and actually a lot more cost effective. But there's a lot more design work that goes in at the beginning for that type of, using that type of product. But essentially that would make the build cost more manageable.
And I think when you're doing this, it's also being aware of what the options are. What Colin's exceptionally good at is looking at it, configuring it one way and saying, right, that's option 1, reconfiguring it another way, that's option 2. So here we've got 500 to 550,000 profit if we flip it. Alternatively, we could sell half and keep half. That's another way to do it if we want to look at the uplift on the prop. Or it could just be all refinanced and held. Great market here for service accommodation.
It's
you're obviously not so far away from here.
No, it's not far from me. But what's great is I know it works because I was here at Christmas 2 years ago for service accommodation. So I rented a house literally less than a mile away. We paid a pretty sum for that, of course. It was Christmas, but we're 2 roads from the coast, right?
Yeah.
So at this location, it's
you
brilliant.
can literally see the coast from here. And we're going to go to look at another place we've actually going in the buying process at the moment, and that's probably about 20 minutes from here, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
So it's about thinking not just the immediate sort of success you're looking to achieve, but actually what are the next stages? How can we turn this in? Do we want to hold this asset? Because you and I both have the same view, such a great location. And yes, it's nice to see a profit, but what if we held the asset? Because 10 years time, the value of this, I mean, the GDV on this would be what, as it stands at the moment? 3.2 mil, yeah. And then imagine that being held for, say, another 5-8 years.
That's right, and taking the income along the way.
Yeah. So look, keep an eye, because as we evolve some of these projects, we're going to kind of capture these journey between myself and Colin over the coming months. Brilliant. See you all soon. Hi to those of you that are saying hi, by the way.